Welcome back to Talk of the Town. You don't ever think about it if it doesn't affect someone in your family. But if you have a severe peanut allergy, you can't go to a baseball game because peanuts are one of the snacks you'll find all over the ballpark. But Monday night, everyone can come. It's peanut-free night at the Nashville Sound, sponsored by Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Centers. Dr. Megan Stauffer is here to tell us all about it. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you.
If you will, talk about the fact that going to this ballpark is, I guess, extremely important for this weekend because it's going to take a lot just to prep the park to be ready for the game on Monday night.
It does. The Sound spend a lot of time cleaning the stadium. So they actually power wash the seats, power wash the stands, and then get in and hand wipe everything down. They do that several times throughout the weekend to make sure the stands are safe. And then also they address the concession stands as well. So they remove all peanut containing products that will be sold. They're normally sold at the game. Those are removed. And then they clean the concession stands down to make sure that there are no peanut protein products, left over, so that it's safe in all parts of the park.
All right. Let me ask this, and this is one that I guess has come to my mind from time to time, but if you are a parent of a child with severe allergies, they know this firsthand, but for others, how life-threatening can it be for someone just to go to maybe a sporting event where they may not be next to somebody eating peanuts, but they are just happen to be sold in the ballpark?
Right. So it is a high-risk situation. So even if somebody at the game before had eaten their shelled peanuts there at the game, they can definitely have contact with that protein that's left over in the stand. So it's a definite risk at every one of those sporting events. And like you said, peanuts and baseball go together, and so it's one of those, especially high-risk situations for kids and adults with a peanut allergy.
And I know this has been done a couple of years in the past with the Sounds and everything. And what does it mean for the families who are able to come to a night like this if their child hasn't been otherwise able to go to a baseball game?
They have been so appreciative. We get patients and people who come to the game that say, I've never been able to take my child because I just don't feel comfortable. I'm afraid of the risk, and they've never been able to enjoy, a night out at the ball game. So it's been very important and special to these families for sure.
And they can still come out as far as concessions are concerned. You just can't buy the peanuts, but the other great food, the hot chicken and all that other stuff is there.
Right, exactly. So they can enjoy other things that are safe for everybody.
All right, so let's talk about maybe someone themselves who think they may have an allergy, a severe allergy to peanuts, or maybe a parent and they're thinking, you know what, my child may have something. What is it that they can do to find out for certain?
So they need to come and see a board certified allergist, and what we do is we take a history and we find out what specific food is of concern, what reaction did you see or did you have yourself, what symptoms were there, and then we do allergy skin testing, and we do little tests on the back with the protein and of the food that they're concerned about. So for instance, peanut. And then we'll be able to tell with a combination of the history of the reaction and with the results of the skin test whether or not they are truly allergic.
Is this something from birth, or is it something that can be developed later in life?
It's oftentimes developed. Usually peanut allergy is developed within the first 5 years of life, usually within the first 1 to 2, but can come up at any point in time.
Has it always been there, or is it just because of better media communication and social media that we just know more about it, but it's always been there?
Well, in the last 20 years, there's been a 50% increase in peanut allergy specifically, over that time period. And food allergy itself has really increased as well, almost to that degree. So it's not only a combination of getting awareness out, but it's also the diagnosis is definitely more there.
Anything particular that you can pinpoint?
That's a great question. We do think some of the issue is that we had been withholding peanut products during the first 3 years of life, and so now new recommendations are we really want to get those highly allergenic foods into the diet very early within that first year for most children, and hopefully that will help prevent the process. But there are probably lots of factors involved.
Well, fantastic. Great information. Thank you for being with us today. Now don't miss Peanut-Free Night at the Nashville Sounds coming up Monday night. The game is at 6:35. Get all the details online at allergyasc.com.